M09, please notify Commander of my presence and request an urgent hearing with them.
Checking. Please stand by. Here, Commander unavailable.
Commander unavailable, what does that mean? Realm 09, answer. Apparently, I'll have to get this hearing in person. There isn't enough fuel to get to the colony, and there isn't a mechanical crew to help with that. I think the best option is to dock B. No security crew to receive me. Strange. The pilot of this pod was badly injured. The panel indicates that this unit left the colony and traveled and docked on autopilot. Another blood trail, and it's farther away from the docking area. That means the astronaut's injury was recent when they took him out of the pod. No security guards or employees in the cargo area. Apparently, the problem here wasn't just one of communication. Better go ahead and look for someone. The trail continues here.
Pressurization aboard unstable environment structure.
The window is cracked. I don't know what could have caused this, but the glass can give way if the environment is under any kind of pressure. The glue should prevent the cracks from expanding for now.
Non-pressurized environment. Unauthorized advance. The environment is pressurized.
The blood trail ends here. It looks like they managed to stop the settlers bleeding. The spacesuit is still intact, as is the helmet. It's best to take off my helmet before proceeding. It won't be useful in here. This suit has the emblem of the colony, but it's totally damaged and full of blood. What could have happened to this spaceman? Damn, fallen crew member. I hope he's not dead. He is aware.
Help!
Hey man, can you get up? Damn it, I need to stabilize him soon, or he won't survive. Looks like the circuits on this panel are ruined. Damn it. Corpse is here. Just a shallow cut in this one, but his chest is crushed. He's been cut so many times, it's impossible to enumerate the injuries. Okay, I think this should solve it. Damn it. What happened here anyway? The further I go, the more blood I find.
The patient arrived at Dock E with a high fever, delirium, and bruises all over his body. During the trip to the infirmary, he had an attack and threw one of my assistants against the window of the pressurization, which forced us to sedate him. One wound in particular, at the level of the abdomen, caused more concern and had to be stopped with priority as soon as we reached the suture. He's fine at the moment, but we'll keep him sedated until we've a more accurate diagnosis. The colony is not responding to our callings, so we have no idea what might have happened. The patient is stable after 4 hours of a coma, but the blood test has reported some considerable hormonal changes. I spoke to Commander Claude, and he made it very clear that he wanted the patient up as soon as possible for questioning. Apparently, he's the only witness to what happened to the colony, but I'm not going to subject this poor bastard to more stress just to get him to fill out a military report. I hope you've been reading this from your office, Claude. Hormonal changes continue to worry me after 8 hours. The patient's skin is showing swelling and even necrosis in some regions. It's as if a powerful and extremely aggressive virus is at work in his body. I'm ordering an MRI to check the patient's internal picture as a whole. We are definitely not dealing with a known disease here, and that could put the entire colonization program at risk.
Strange. There was no input about the result of the resonance. Judging by the state of the machine, I think that's where things got ugly. Killed in the back. No chance of defense. A name tattooed on his arm. Where Alice is, I think she will have bad news very soon. It's magnetically locked. It will be impossible to open it without the code. The access to this computer requires special authorization. There is a card reader next to the monitor.
George, you must think I'm some kind of nanny. This is the 3rd time I've had to remind you to change the password. Just follow the damn security procedure. By the way, what the hell is Stan Lee? Just grow up and use numbers next time.
Thank you, buddy. I really thought it would be my end. Chief Engineer Ernest Jackson. Very pleased.
I'm Captain Merck. I was sent by the ECC to investigate the station. What happened here?
I did not know for sure. It was too fast. I had my back to the hallway when I heard a terrible scream behind me. I just remember waking up on the ground sometime later with the feeling of being run over by a train.
Do you know where the commander is?
I have no idea, but his office is on the other side of the station at Sector C.
What were you doing on this panel?
Trying to fix the camera system. It was an order from Clark, head of security. He was excited when he asked me to. He just said, I can't let that thing out of my sight. In the end, it was useless. The short circuit was widespread. There was no way to recover images, but that a manual procedure, and it can take hours.
I need to go. Will you be okay alone?
Yes, and thanks again, but be careful. The station is in chaos.
That's what I feared. There is a body here. This man was brutally attacked with some sharp object. This is the ROM-09 panel. Looks like someone turned it off while I was making contact with the station. But why? This panel controls long-distance communications. I could send a message to Armstrong Station, but first I need to know exactly what to report. This panel appears to control the station's internal communications, but access to the main channel requires a password. The same pattern as the previous deaths. Someone locked this door from the inside. I could reverse this by manipulating the panel bindings, but I need to open it first.
Please don't hurt me.
Hey, calm. I'm here to try to help.
Oh, you're not him. That's great. That's great. My name is Leopoldo Heinzfeld. I'm a planetary physicist, and I'm was part of the colony's geological research team. By Cosmo, my companions were all dead.
I am Captain Rick. I was sent by the ECC to investigate the station's events, but I didn't expect to come across this.
None of us expected it, Captain, but I am glad you are here.
Did you know what happened?
The improbable happened. That thing broke into the canteen where my colleagues and I eat. It looked human, but at the same time not. I mean, it moved and growled like a rabid animal. The skin was pale like that of a fresh corpse, and it was armed with a scalpel. As soon as he attacked the first of us, I jumped behind the kitchen counter and cringed, hoping he would notice me. From there I could hear my colleague's screams of agony and the sound of meat being cut. The security guard tried to stop it, but he was killed on the spot. Last I heard anything, it was coming from the BC corridor, exiting through that door right there. Heavens, I've been here for so many hours, I can't even tell.
Well, I better go. Stay here until the perimeter's clear, Professor.
Just be careful with that thing, Captain. It's dangerous.
Her skull was crushed to the ground. He had fired the gun a few times before it crashed.
There are two docking docks for pods, one in Sector A and one in Sector C. The getting to Sector C won't be easy. Last I saw that thing, it was headed that way. In addition, there was an evacuation from the station when the red alert was sounded. We'll be lucky if there's still a powder suit we can wear.
Good to see you again, Captain. I just hope the station recovers from all this soon.
Need to access the main communication channel. Do you know the password?
Yes, all the sector heads know it. It's article.
Hello. Is anyone there? If so, please answer.
This is Captain Rick from Earth Command Center. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, finally. My name is Rebecca Anderson. I'm the chief scientist in charge of the station. The doors to this section of the lab have been locked, and I've been stuck in here for over 8 hours. I need help.
Copy that. Do you have any idea what can be done to get you out of there, Doctor?
Well, I think it will be necessary to deactivate the BC sector self-defense system. From the security room. Clark is the head of security, but I haven't been in contact with him for a long time. Afraid something might have happened.
Very well. Try to stay calm, Doctor. I'm on my way.
Thank you, Captain. Just please don't be long.
Looks like this bouncer fired several times at the door panel, but why? I believe I could still make it work, but it will be difficult. If I can force the panel, have a power source and some wires to carry the current, I can force the door open like a makeshift control. This container has an automated lock system and requires a password.
Oh, you came.
That's what she said!
Thank you, Captain. I thought I would die in here.
I came as fast as I could. Are you aware of the station situation?
By the way, I got a message from the head of security before he activated this sector's self-defense system. He said that a fugitive from the colony had become violent and that they were unable to contain him. He asked me to stay in the lab, then I couldn't contact him again.
Why did the head of security talk to you specifically?
Well, I think hiding it now is useless. Clark and I had an affair a few years ago, but that's in the past, at least for me. But looking at all of this, I think he wanted to make sure I was okay before anything else.
How could an injured settler do all of this?
I spoke briefly with Dr. Silva when they rescued him from the pod. She said the settler was showing abnormalities in various tissues, particularly muscle tissue. Haven't identified the cause. If I can guess, I think the answer to that can only be found in the colony itself.
I think we better get out of here, Doctor.
I agree. The commander's office is near here. In quarters say I think we better try to talk to him before we make any other decisions. At least one place in the station seems to be in order.
Oh, Dr. Rebecca, it's good to see you again. And safe, of course.
I say the same, Professor.
It seems like everything is calmer now. Thanks for saving us, Captain.
Okay, now I just need to realign the wires. Done. The door is now unlocked. What a mess.
You shot him. The bullets had no effect. It was as if you were already dead. As if we had hit a hollow trumpet without ever breaking its strings. And it was strong, superhuman strength. I saw him hurl one of the doctors several yards away with a single blow. The others left with the warning, but Clark forced us to stay. Now I can't contact him or anyone else. I don't have the courage to leave here. I know what waits for me out there. I'm going to die on this damn station. At least I can choose how. Forgive me for this cowardice. I go. Take care, Alan, for both of us.
Unbelievable. What would drive a man to such despair? Apparently they left here in a hurry and took what was possible. There is no way out. God, he wrote this in his own blood before he killed himself. Looks like he was the last bullet in the gun, as he saw fit. I managed to open the panel. Now I need to adjust the wiring. Done. Now I need to improvise some kind of inductor. Maybe I have to join two objects together to make something that works. Okay, now we can proceed.
Looks like the security guard wanted to make sure whoever went through the door wouldn't come back here. Whatever console this must be on the side of this passage, Captain. We have to find the commander before we leave the station, Captain.
At last, someone showed up.
Clark, what happened here?
The bastard finally fell after overturning a sieve, but not before wounding me and killing the commander. Who is this with you, Rebecca?
I am Captain Rick of ECC. I was sent to investigate the colony's events.
So God's help you, Captain, because no one else will. This thing came from there, and I don't even want to imagine what happened to the settlers if there are others like him.
How did all this start?
The pod arrived from the colony without warning. We rescued the injured spaceman and took him to the infirmary. He was sedated for a few hours, but suddenly he woke up, armed himself with a scalpel, and started attacking everyone. We tried to stop him, but the bullets seemed useless, and he was strong like no human being could be.
After all, how did a man with a scalpel leave a space station in this state?
During examination, my man hit an electrical panel in the BC corridor, and there was an explosion that created a domino effect. Some circuits fried, and we lost the camera system. The automation of the station became chaos. I turned off the artificial intelligence to prevent another colonial pod from docking and tried to hunt that thing down. But it went through pretty much every sector before it ended up here.
Is anyone else alive in this sector?
If Dr. Rebecca is here, I don't think so. I triggered a red alert and ordered an evacuation. The pods are heading towards Armstrong Station. You? Found someone?
Jackson and Professor Heinzfeld are alive. We need to get them.
This is good news. That thing dead. Just send an SOS to the Armstrong Station, and they'll relay the message to the ECC. It's our best option. This thing managed to hurt me before I fell. You better go without me. Once the SOS is sent, just wait. There's a container with supplies in the warehouse. It's locked, but I'll radio the password to Jackson. This will keep us alive until rescue arrives.
I cannot wait for rescue. I still need to investigate the colony.
I must say this is highly inadvisable, Captain.
I've already figured it out, but I can't leave the mission halfway.
If you really need to go, Captain, then I'll go with you.
Sorry, Doctor, but I think this is not a good idea.
Please, I have a sister in the colony. She's all I have left of my family. It's important for me to know if she's okay and try to help.
Doctor, I don't want.
Captain, please.
If that's what you really want, I will stop you. Just try to stay really close to me.
Thank you, Captain. I'll help in any possible way.
So better send the SOS and go straight to a pod. Whatever happened here, it originated in the colony.
Clark, you.
I'll be fine, Rebecca. Don't worry.
We better get going, Doctor. Good luck, Clark.
For you too.
Sounds crazy, but he sure was long dead. I need to understand how this happened.
It's no use going to the pods if we don't send the SOS to Armstrong. The survivors depend on it.
Done. I'm sending an SOS to Armstrong Station. It will relay the message to Earth Command, sir, and rescue will be on its way. Professor was right. There were almost all the suits in the sector during the evacuation. I think we better put on the helmets before we pressurize the environment.
I wonder what happened down there.
It happens. It always happens when people mess with what they don't know.
Non-pressurized environment. Unauthorized events. The environment is pressurized.
See, an oxygen leak. There are gunshot marks on the barrel.
Settler must have tried to follow the crew here, and they reacted.
If we don't seal the brain, life support can be impaired within a few hours.
I don't have the tools to do this.
Jackson can probably fix it.
It is possible. We don't have time to cross the station again.
We need to alert Jackson somehow. If this leak is not stopped, the station will be compromised. We can't go ahead and leave this leak like this, Captain.
The panel has no power.
Strange, however, these panels often have a backup system for external power. Perhaps battery.
I don't see any batteries around.
Maybe we can improvise one, but ordinary wires won't withstand the power of the charge.
After all, are you a scientist or electronics engineer?
Scientist, but my dad had an electronics store when we were kids. He sold older versions of these panels.
The battery will hold for a while, but I still need to drive power to the panel. This is Captain Merrick. Jackson, are you listening?
Yes, Captain. What do you need?
We've identified a gas leak. Dock B, emergency repair will be needed.
This is a very serious problem. Very well, Captain. I'll be there in a few moments with some tools. Thank you for letting us know.
If there's nothing else for us to do at the station, we better hurry, Captain. Our pilot likes to stake in the colony.
We arrived, the New Eden colony.
For a place with a biblical name, the red tone doesn't go very well.
Have you ever been here before, Doctor?
Now, only Darren's laboratory was equipped to support my research area. It would be a waste of resources to bring me here.
I think that the absence of agents around here is not a good sign.
I agree. Also, the cargo area door is open. This breaks safety standards. The procedure is to open it only when there is load movement.
In that case, stay alert. Come, let's find out what happened.